So much of this depends on what the NEC does next, and that's why it's so crucial to understand that process part of it. If they put a freeze on new members joining, then Momentum could seek to ensure that the next Labour Party leader is in the Jeremy Corbyn mould. If they do that, then perhaps what you've suggested would, if I could be so bold as to say, it could happen, but it would fail. And perhaps Boris Johnson, again, depending on if the NEC sticks to its left-wing guns, perhaps Boris Johnson governs from the centre as a One Nation Tory and then wins again in 2024.
Well, I mean, I think that's a perfectly feasible scenario as well. I find it very difficult to believe that any party will be able to overcome the Conservatives in 2024, to be honest. I mean, to come back in one term against a government that has an 80-seat majority would be pretty unprecedented outside of, what happened in 1945.
So the smart money is on Boris Johnson winning in 2024, isn't it?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I think, you'd have to, if you were a betting man, you'd have to say, the Conservatives have probably got 8 years of power here.
Fascinating. Professor Tim Bale, Professor of Politics at Queen Mary University of London, thank you very much for joining us. It's so interesting because actually much of this depends on what the NEC does next. But even then, as the Professor of Politics from Queen Mary University just stated, how easy is it to take 80 seats from any political party, even in 5 years' time? Keep in mind, Boris Johnson will have 5 years to acclimatise the country to his personality and will be able to spend accordingly. And so I'll tell you now, just as I predicted Trump would win 2 terms, I'm going to tell you now, Boris Johnson will win 2 terms. If anyone wants to place a $100 bet with me on that one, as I did with Trump, I'm happy to donate the proceeds to charity of my choice once Boris Johnson wins in 2024. You can remind